people, but also,
I hate them.
I feel like I would stay away from them because they would annoy the crap out of me with their sappiness. They're so sappy. I need edge.
Hi everybody, welcome to What Have You Been Reading?
Yo, what's up? That's Alex. I'm Carla, and today we're going to be asking ourselves the very important question of, what have you been reading?
We're very excited to record episode 3 and excited to get all of our socials up. We got our Instagram going, so if you guys want to check out What Have You Been Reading on Instagram, you can leave comments there. We also got a Gmail set up, so we feel very official.
We are so official, you guys. You don't even know.
And we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So, it's real.
Look at us go. We should get briefcases.
But that means I need like a pantsuit.
Ooh.
I need like a Hillary Clinton pantsuit.
Yeah, I'm going to buy headbands. I've been wanting to buy a headband anyway, to be honest.
Wait, what does a headband have to do with
I don't remember in the 90s where like women would wear those like poofy headbands. I'm not going to wear a poofy headband.
Yeah.
But they're, okay, so wait. So there's this one headband that mimics the shape of sunglasses because a lot of women like what their sunglasses do to their hair when they prop them up on top of their head.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like a square kind of shape. Like a rounded square.
Yeah. A
squoval. No.
But it leaves like that poof in the front?
It leaves a little bit of a poof, and yeah. I want that headband.
You should get it.
I'm going to order it.
You should report back.
You'll see me. You'll see me wearing it.
So, Carla, what have you been reading?
And my pantsuit. So, I finished A Perfect Marriage.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. So I don't
get this.
Okay. So, I finished that book, and I started getting really angry at it, like, toward the middle, because people started acting really erratically. And then I thought to myself, maybe I just haven't been in that situation where I'm, possibly possibly going to get the death penalty. So I don't know how I would react.
Yeah.
But I feel like this guy, Adam, reacted in a really strange way. He starts getting really erratic and...
like acting out of character.
Well, I didn't really know him before this.
Yeah.
Like he had an affair, maybe killed his mistress. So you don't really know like if he was kind of an idiot before, because he's an idiot during this time.
But I do find it frustrating when you have certain character development and then at the very end they act in unexpected ways. And you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know if this is unexpected for him. I just know that when I was reading him, I was like, this guy is such an idiot. Yeah. However, I also think that having read till the very end, I don't know that it would have made a difference for him to not act out. Yeah. Like, he was destined to be where he was. Yeah. So, like, he busts out of his holding cell. Ooh. Yeah, that was the top for me, on the top of the list of like stupid. Yeah. Basically.
But wait, how did he break out?
He just walked out.
Oh.
So basically what happens is that he gets put under house arrest, and they put like an ankle monitor thing on him, and the first person that comes a knocking and is like, oh, I'm a reporter, he's like, let me hire you to basically be his private detective.
Oh.
Which is stupid.
Okay.
And so she comes back with like information, and like one thing that I forgot to tell you last time was that Kelly was not born Kelly. She was born Jenna.
Okay.
And she met her husband, the police deputy, in a different state where he mishandled evidence on purpose. Ooh. Because her first husband got killed in a very similar way to how she ends up getting killed.
Oh, snap.
So her first husband was murdered, and he was stabbed up also. Mm-hmm. And she was the one that was, getting accused of that. Yeah. So the only reason that her case was thrown out was because Scott, the new husband, he tampered with the evidence. And then they moved, obviously got married, and then she started cheating on him with Adam. And telling Adam that Scott was super abusive. And she confesses to him that the reason that she can't leave her husband is because he has this over her.
Oh, dang.
Which is why I realized why I wrote my note of Rage Against the Machine. Because she was like, confessing probably. And in the background, Rage Against the Machine was playing. And it was like, here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. Because I totally believe that she killed her first husband.
Ooh.
It's never proven in the book. But I think she did it.
So who killed her?
Okay, so that's a major spoiler. Major. And I'm not sure if I should, but I will. I will tell you.
Well, there were a couple people that said they were going to read it.
Oh my god. Okay, so skip this.
Okay.
Skip it.
Yeah.
So basically, Sarah killed Kelly. Sarah, the lawyer wife, killed Kelly.
Oh, she found out.
Get this. Okay, Bob is like also a partner or like a lawyer at her law firm.
Yeah.
And they like don't like each other, okay? And Bob finds out about the affair and he tries to hold it over Sarah to like, I don't know, make
like
her
politics in the firm.
Yeah. Because Sarah's a name partner.
Yeah.
So basically Bob tries to like, a lot of money.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, he buys $10,000 worth of like bed supplies when he's under house arrest. That's the kind of money. Like he just decides to buy a really kick-ass mattress, which I'm jealous.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he finds out and he tries to like hold it over her and they team up.
Oh no.
They end up teaming up because Bob, as it turns out, is the brother of the dead first husband.
See, I was wondering how it all linked back if they were similar death cases.
You have no idea how coincidental everything seems to be.
Yeah.
Which was also one of the things that bothered me about this book. That everything is just like so neatly tied up. Like, how are you going to end up in the same law firm as the wife of the husband of the guy who's now going out with the lady who may or may not have killed your brother?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a small world.
Whoa, that's a lot. Like, that was a mouthful. So I thought that it could be her assistant because her assistant is like super single white femaling her. And she just has this way of being kind of like up her butt. Yeah. And I was like, there's something weird about the amount of reverence that this lady has for the lawyer lady.
It's a little bit odd.
Yeah. And then I thought that it was the partner, the deputy partner of Scott. And I thought maybe the partner was the third DNA set.
Oh, yeah. So who was the third DNA set?
The chief of police.
What?
Who you don't see because, like, the chief of police is being, like, so, like, he doesn't really register as a possibility of any wrongdoing. The chief of police was also with Kelly. So Kelly was cheating on her husband with both Adam and the chief of police. Which I thought it was the deputy partner that she was cheating on with because he was being a lurker. And I was like, what's going on with this guy? So
there were a lot of suspects on your
There
list.
were so many suspects, and it turned out that it was the person that you don't expect at all, which is the wife who pretended the entire time that she was shocked and hurt that her husband was cheating on her. But I really enjoyed her reasoning behind it, which was that she built herself up, and Adam is not getting half of it in the divorce because fuck that guy. Yeah. So, it was fine.
That's a good book, though.
It was...
If it was surprising at the end, like you didn't see it coming.
I did not.
Yeah.
She ends up marrying Bob, the brother of the murdered first husband. Oh, it's so much.
This is deep.
It gets crazy. It was okay in that you want to know what happened, but it was not okay in terms of, like, I feel like everything was just too neatly set up for all of these people to be within walking distance.
Would you recommend it?
If you're bored and you want a book, yeah. If you don't care about liking characters, because you don't like any of these people, cool. Do it.
Yeah. Those books are hard for me.
Yeah.
To stay in them when you don't really identify with anyone.
And then I started Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Okay.
Which I don't think that it's romancy. I think it's like whimsical.
Ooh.
Because there's a magic shop. And that's cute. There's a magical bell.
Like when people walk in the door?
It can, like, from what, I don't remember.
There's a magical bell.
A guy walks into the shop and the bell knows that he's going to be a problem for the girl shopkeeper.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. But that sounds really cute. Like,
so did you finish that one?
No.
Okay.
I can't get super into it yet because, I don't know. I just haven't gotten super into it yet. I'm still like in the beginning chapters of it. There's a magic bell, which I find really cute. She ends up, so she's the one, I think, with the broken heart because her boyfriend-ish is totally cheating on her, I think, with her sister.
Ouch.
She finds out that he's with her because they're going to get married.
Oh. The sister?
Is it a sister-in-law? She's her sister only because both their parents got married. So they were existing children. No, they're not biological. But they seem to get along fine.
But
they're not close.
Stealing a boyfriend is
yeah. Well, I don't think that she knew that she was stealing a boyfriend. I think that they were, like, seeing each other secretly, and then that dude just started, like, making eyes at the sister, because now they're going to get married. And so she's trying to stop the marriage, and basically she gets turned to stone, because that's how this, like, I don't know, entity, God, whatever the heck, he makes a deal with her to stop the wedding.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't want anybody to die. So he just turns them to stone. So then she feels guilty and she decides to take the stone curse on, I guess. So she turns herself to stone. Everybody else goes back to normal. They see her kind of like as heroic because they don't know that she's the catalyst.
Yeah.
For this even happening to begin with. So they're like, oh my god, she totally took up the stone curse for us. Or, I don't know.
Is that where you are right now?
Yeah. And Luke still hasn't married his sister. Her sister. That would be weird. Whoa. That's a different kind of book. So he still hasn't married her because, like, I guess that they tried while she was, like, because she was stoned for a few weeks. They tried. Yeah, it sounds... Yeah, you know what? Am I going to continue? You know, I am going to finish this book.
You should.
Because I want to know what Luke's
happens.
deal is. Because Luke seems... I don't understand his deal. So they tried to get married and then they couldn't. And he feels like he's cursed or something like that. Like, I don't know. So the sister's like super bummed because she loves Luke. But so does Evangeline. And I don't know. We're going to find out what the deal is there.
Okay.
Are we? I'll tell you.
Yeah, we will.
On the next run. So, yeah. And then I finished the 4th court book.
Yes.
What the heck was up with the end there?
What was the end there? Remind me, because, I don't remember anything.
So, okay, you find out that the dresses that Farah is wearing...
Uh-huh.
They were made by Reese's mom.
Oh.
Reese's murdered mom.
So cute.
That is really sweet. And
it's like what do you call it? A trousseau?
Yeah, that's what he called it. Yeah.
Right? Like when like in the olden days when they would get your marriage box ready, with all of your
box.
Or trousseau.
My thought about that was that these dresses are centuries old, and I'm like, what kind of fabric and thread is this?
It sure does last. Maybe it's magical.
It has to be because I wrote to myself, that is some fine ass thread. So, yeah. And then he tells her to hold on, and that reminded me
of our whole conversation on how they fly.
No, that reminded me of Twilight's, the movie, where he tells her, hold on tight, Spider Monkey. And I was laughing as I was driving because I was like, everything is reused. And then, for her gift for winter solstice and for her birthday, he buys her a house.
Yes.
A humongous ass house. But wait.
But she designs it, right?
Right now it's getting torn down so that it can be rebuilt. Yeah. So one thing that I noticed is that the reason for the purchase of the house is because their townhouse is now too small to hold their family. And he totally wants Cassian to get his own place, even though Nesta hates him.
Yeah.
So, the whole thing with Nesta, I feel bad for her because obviously she's like depressed over seeing her dad get snapped.
Yeah. But
at the same time, she's always sucked. So it's like,
she is, yeah.
I don't like her.
She's not likable.
I don't like her. I don't like Elaine either, though.
Elaine's a little boring.
So boring. She's so boring.
I keep waiting to see what they do with that character. Everyone thinks the next book will be about Elaine.
I gotta tell you something.
Hopefully there's some redeeming qualities there.
If Elaine ends up being like the focus of, not the book that I'm gonna start, because I'm about to start 5. If Elaine is the focus of number 6,
are you out?
Unless she has like some inner personality that she has not shown at all whatsoever.
I think she's gonna have to.
That may be it for me. Like that may be
the line drawn.
Yeah, I can't deal with Elaine being so freaking lame.
But what if like her inner thoughts are amazing?
I mean, if she surprises me, then I'll...
What if she's got all of this stuff going on in the background we don't even know?
Like what?
I don't know, man. She's gonna save the day somehow. It's gonna all come down to Elaine.
I can't stand her. I mean, at least with Nesta, you have like a visceral reaction to how shitty she is.
Yeah.
It's like at least you're like, yeah.
There's an emotion. Reaction.
So, yeah, Elaine, she keeps like flirting kind of with Az. And
yeah, which I feel, poor Az. I mean,
yeah,
I want Az to get some
getting
ass.
Strung. Well, he does.
Yeah.
Remember, Reese told Farrah that like all of them are like gallivanting around. It's not like he's like over there being a celibate person who's like in love with more. Oh, and
it doesn't seem like he is though.
No, Reese says he's not. Who is Az going out with though? Because like it seems like everybody's kind of like, ooh, look at them. They have siphons or siphons. What the heck are those?
Ooh, I think
siphons.
Siphons. I think siphons.
Why don't I know how to say that word? That's not...
Which I don't understand, kind of the mechanics of it. Like, it holds their power.
Didn't it say that it,
But they have the most siphons?
Yeah.
Why are they so
Everybody's
special?
so amazing. Like, we just... Like, all of these amazing people just congregated together.
What a coincidence. Again.
Although... I will say this. We all found each other, and we're pretty amazing. Look at... Yeah.
High five. This is true. It can happen.
It does.
It does happen.
Look at us being real-life proof that people can find each other. That also ties into the perfect marriage.
Ooh.
It totally could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so the house, that was fine, I guess. I'm just... One of the things that bothered me was that, okay, so when he gives her the house, shows her the house, he says, technically it's ours. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's interesting that he would need to, like, my mind goes to what happens in a divorce,
Yeah.
And I found it interesting that he decided to qualify it while giving the gift.
Kind of like it's not just yours.
Yeah, which is like, obviously, she's not going to go and sleep at this freaking humongous house by herself, right?
Yeah.
So I found it interesting that he qualified it, even though he's been very, like, open-handed with her. Like, take everything you want, take everything you need, everything that's mine is yours, you're now high lady, yada, yada, yada. But this house,
50-50.
Let me tell you, while you're getting it and you're designing it and it's yours to, like, do whatever... It's technically ours. And it's like, that's usually how houses between married people work.
Yeah.
So then she follows it up with, like, random conversation. And she's like, she says something about how he's giving it to her. And he qualifies it again. Oh, yeah. I noticed that.
So do you think that's going to come back around?
I don't know.
Something later?
I don't think that they're going to end up separating. But at the same time, it's like, okay, he qualified it the first time, which is fine. But then he qualified it again.
Do you think there's like some rules about the house? I wonder if the qualifying terms will come back around and mean something later.
Yeah, that was really odd to me. And yeah, he clarifies that this is ours when she asks if it's hers. And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then he goes and he visits Tamlin. And Tamlin is just a mess, okay?
A hot mess.
He's not doing well.
No.
Which is like...
I mean, would you be doing well?
I'd probably be better.
Yeah.
I'd be handling things better, I feel like. I would be making amends with the people that I alienated within my court, which were the sentries that he decided to whip because of my auntie's lies.
Yeah.
I would be making amends with the people because, first of all, the sentries obviously loved him. They were willing to give up their lives to go get this human girl to kill them,
yes.
right? They loved him enough to do that. They loved the court enough to do that. And they loved Prithian enough to do that.
Yeah.
So I feel like those bonds could definitely be mended. And he's just choosing not to. He's choosing to wallow. And that just kind of shows me, like, just like...
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, man.
Not like that. But it's like, it's been months, you know? And it's like, at some point you have to take responsibility for, like, what you've done. And try to make it better. And not just be, like, a waste.
Yeah.
Because you were a high lord. You don't get that. You don't get to wallow.
Yeah.
You're the person that has to lead. So, I don't respect that.
He ain't doing a good job.
Sorry about that, but I don't respect that.
Yeah.
He has this dead elk on his table because nobody's feeding him. He's just, I don't know. And then I start feeling bad for him because he's doing so poorly just in life. He's just like so messed up. But at the same time, it's like everything that's happening to him, he basically went in search for.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some dick moves.
Yeah. Not even just within this storyline of Feyre, but even before that, he was like a main reason that Rhys's mom and sister got killed. Mm-hmm. And he's the reason that Rhys was High Lord so soon. Because then, like, the dad obviously was like, oh, hell no. And he went to go avenge his family.
Yeah.
He did all this.
Yeah.
He's also the reason that he was High Lord way too early also. Right? So it's like, suck it up, my friend.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I can't stand him. So while I feel bad, also fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Also, he's abusive, so I don't like him. So.
True. Yeah, he's got a temper.
Yeah. He just destroys things out of rage.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
No.
Or those around you.
Or your house.
I know.
Ugh, come on. So anyway.
Property damage, though, as we've discussed in the last episode, is obviously not very important in the series.
When it gets rebuilt. But this guy's not rebuilding anything. Like, his house is in ruins.
Yeah. See, I wonder, because you hear about him, right? But I'm like, what about all of the other people that live in that area?
They had to
live
leave.
about their own lives?
No, they left.
To, like, other courts.
Yeah.
So that whole area evacuated
it's just,
because he's a terrible...
He's a terrible leader. He was a terrible boyfriend. At some point, you have to realize that you're the common denominator, which it kind of seems like he has, because he asked Rhys if he thought that Feyre would ever forgive him. Mm-hmm. And then he asked if he would ever forgive him for his mom and his sister.
Oh, no.
And Rhys made a very good point. There has never been an apology.
Yeah.
And he still didn't apologize. He was like, oh, it wouldn't make a difference either. And it's like...
You could try.
The effort should still be made. And the last thing that he said to Feyre, not the last thing, but like when they were in that like High Lord meeting, he was disgusting to her.
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to forgive you?
Yeah, do you think he'll have a redemption arc?
If he does...
It would have to be pretty drastic.
It would. I don't know.
I mean, he did save them. He helped them escape.
I remember emailing you that I was proud of him for that.
Yeah, that was a good move.
But it's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not
no,
enough.
I mean, I think he still has a long way to go if he's going to swing back into people's graces. But I don't know, maybe he's gone too far.
I feel that his personality just doesn't really lend itself to bettering himself. He is so self-indulgent in his own sadness and lameness and thinking that his pain is more important than others' pain.
Yeah.
I just don't see him connecting those dots and being better.
Yeah.
However, I also don't want him to die.
But he would have to, like, he can't step down, right? How does the High Lord...
It's inherited.
Yeah. So it's not like someone else could step in for him.
Unless he's sired a child that we don't know about. Because then if that's the case, then okay, he can die.
Yeah.
Somebody else can take over the Supreme Court.
I'm saying if he doesn't die, but he lets someone else assume that leadership position.
But isn't it magical? Like, the magic
yeah.
happens once the previous... Because, like it said...
Oh, that's right.
Because remember when Reese's dad goes to attack Tamlin's father for having killed... Yeah. Okay, so then Reese said that he felt himself becoming High Lord upon his father's death. And that he saw Tamlin becoming High Lord upon his father's death. So I think that there's magic. I don't think that it's like, hey, I'm going to retire. I think it's like, glug, and then he dies. I don't know how glug is a death sound, but...
like blood gurgling in the
glug,
throat.
glug, glug, death.
That's a violent death.
Well, both of them had violent deaths, so glug. So, I feel like maybe there's a child that we don't know about. Because I don't know that Tamlin can be...
the leader that he needs to be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't think he's enough for the court.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's enough for us to have to read about.
I agree.
So, I think that's it.
Cool.
What have you been reading?
What have I been reading? Okay, so I got an advanced reader copy of a book called Jenny James Is Not a Disaster.
But she is.
She is a little bit. She just has a very bad day. So it takes place in England, which I find, I like reading books that let me travel. And she's a single mom. She has an 18-year-old son. And she lives in this little cottage on
I love that.
Yeah, she's got like a little garden and a little cottage by the sea. Like,
I don't like that.
On a little cliff. Yeah. I would rather be in the mountains, but it's cute. Mm-hmm. But she goes to work, she gets fired because they're closing down their office, and then she gets home and it's been raining for days and days and days because England, I don't know. And then her cottage has literally fallen.
No.
Like, down the cliff. Half of her house is gone and she's lost everything. And
did you see that actually happened in Utah, though?
Well, it's happened in Laguna Beach.
Has it?
Yeah, there's been, or maybe it's just the cliffs, maybe not a house, but...
Okay.
That's
really scary.
Yeah, so thankfully they weren't in the house because, her car had also broken down that day. So they had to take the bus. But it was one of those things where, like, if the car had been working, they would have been inside the cottage, when it fell. So it was like a blessing in disguise. Mm-hmm. And that's all just the beginning. She has this very bad day, which then leads to, and you're going to love this because it's very realistic. There was a guy in a motor home that had been staying in the property next to them for a few days.
Mm-hmm. Saved her dog.
No. Helped save some of her stuff later on, but while she's trying to figure out what she's going to do, she's staying in this hotel, and she's trying to figure out, like, insurance and all of this stuff, and then he's like, why don't you guys just come along with me? Like, I'm off to my next, like, I don't stay anywhere for more than 2 weeks or whatever, and I'm getting ready to leave. And you guys don't have, like, you don't have a job, she doesn't have a job. The kid had just finished high school, and he's waiting to go to uni, because that's what they call it. So they do. They just, like, move into this guy's motorhome.
Would you be able to do that, like, if you were single as a Pringle, and like you had nothing holding you back? Would you just go off with a stranger?
No, probably not. But I will say that when I was reading this book, I was also having a difficult week at work, and reading this book made it even more difficult because I really want to be like, fuck it all. Yeah. I just want to pack up my shit, and which I can't. I mean, I've got kids and they're in school and all of that stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of nice to just...
You could homeschool them.
Not have ties to like having to be in the office at 8 o'clock and having all of these things. Like, they just hit the road and they went, like, then they road tripped, through England. They picked places out of a hat. Oh, and they brought up Jane Austen because they went to where Jane Austen is from, and we talked about her last time and how she comes up a lot. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of interesting. They talked about Pride and Prejudice. I was like, you gotta
watch that movie.
Get on that. But it was cute, and obviously it's a romancy story, so it ended up with a very nice, happy ending.
I jumped to you watching that movie. Totally did not realize that you need to read the book too.
I know, I do. I definitely want to read the book first. But I really enjoyed it, even though it did give me a little, like, I don't know.
Jealousy?
A little jealousy. Yeah. It sounded nice. You just,
pick up and go.
Pick up and go, wherever the wind takes you.
Yeah.
Could you do that? Because I was telling Jeff about this, and he's like, I don't think you could do that. And he does know me very well. I think I could do it for a short period of time.
If it was a controlled experiment.
I'm a planner by nature. Like, I like having a timeline and knowing where we're going to go next and having designated, like, places.
Yeah.
But I also think it would be good for me to experience unplanned travel. But it scares me.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be able to do that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm too much of I need a safety net.
Yeah.
Way too much in order to.
I think it'd be hard to not know where I'm going to sleep that night. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just going to take off and then see.
Also, I need to know where my next shower is going to be. That I have enough toilet paper.
Yeah.
That I have face wipes at the very least.
Yeah. To,
like, clean my face. I don't know. There's just too much involved.
Too many things.
Whenever I go do anything that's out of the ordinary, I need you to understand. And some people know this about me already because they've seen my little, like, Ziploc bags of toilet paper in case the venue I go to doesn't have it.
That's very
or
prepared.
Has run out. I also used to carry paper soap in case the venue I went to did not have soap for me to wash my hands.
By venue, like, you go out and eat at a concert. Restaurant.
A thing where I'm going to be for more than 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just anywhere.
Wow, that is really thinking through all the...
I've told people this before, and they don't believe me, but I'm literally actually pretty crazy.
So do you have those things with you right now?
I have a little emergency kit.
Yeah.
And there are just certain things that I cannot do without. I cannot do without knowing that I have a water supply.
Yeah.
A cleanliness supply. And I just need to feel like there's safety.
Yeah.
I need that. And
so
I would not have that.
Jump in a motorhome with a guy.
With some dude who's like, oh yeah, I'm only going to be around for 2 weeks at any place that we go to. It's like, how do I know that you're not like a serial killer?
Yeah. I think he gave off very good vibes. She seemed like a good judge of character, I guess. It turned out, obviously, it turned out fine in the end.
It wasn't the kind of book that I read where he is a serial killer. Or she's a serial killer.
Either one of them
or that 18-year-old is a serial killer.
But they both had some serious issues that they worked out in the book, which I do appreciate. She had like some family mommy issues, and he had some ex-wife issues.
So you got a little bit of depth. Yeah, I was going to say you got your easy read, but you also got the family drama that you enjoy.
Yes. There was some family drama that got resolved, obviously, with a nice little bow at the end. But it was good, and I got to, like, travel around England for a little bit. But then I'm also reading The Dutch House, which is by the same author as the Berry Pickers.
Oh, that was so good. I loved the Berry Pickers.
Yeah, and I have been told, shout out to Andy, that this is her favorite book, The Dutch House by Ann Patchett. That's her favorite book by Ann Patchett, so I'm excited.
Interesting. Okay.
And this one I'm reading through Libby as well, but as an actual ebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to finish that one up before that's due. And then I'm also having some serious issues deciding what books to take, so I'm going on vacation next week. Jeff and I are going to Tulum with no kids, so I'm hoping to have some reading time. And I don't know how many books are too many books to take.
I wouldn't take any books.
Really?
I would do Kindle. I would do all digital. And I would not take any books. I would go enjoy Tulum.
Oh wait, are going to. We've got things scheduled. And that's the thing. I don't know how much time I will actually have to read, but...
Which is why digital is great, because then you're not putting anything in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Or in your bag. And you still get to read.
Yeah.
But you don't have to carry.
I just have some physical books that I've been wanting to tackle. One of them is this advanced reader copy that I haven't gotten to, but it is about the Aztec kingdom. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that would be kind of cool to read it while there. Granted, it's the Mayan Riviera, so I understand different civilizations. But we're still going to go see ruins and that kind of stuff. And I remember reading Game of Thrones when we were driving through Germany in 2012, a very long time ago. But that was such a cool feeling, like reading about kings and feasts and all of this kind of stuff while you're driving through Germany and seeing castles, and we actually stayed in a castle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that would be kind of cool to read this book about the civilization while I'm in a place that had those civilizations.
That actually sounds great.
So I feel like I have to take that one.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
And then I did get the Christina Lauren. Have you read any of they're like another romance duo writers.
Oh, it's two authors. Oh, okay.
And I think I might be wrong.
How does that work?
I think they're all dual point of view, and I can definitely be corrected if I'm wrong. But so I think generally one of them writes like the guy's point of view, and the other one writes the girl's.
Oh, that could be interesting.
And I could be totally lying out of my ass right now, but I think that's what they do. But they have written all of these books together. They have a lot of really popular books. I just had one that came out this week, so I'm like, I kind of want to take that one too. And the cover's very tropical. Look, so I'm like, it's like super tropical cover. The Paradise Problem. I'm going to be in a tropical paradise. I feel like I have to take that one.
Where is the other author?
Their first name's Christina Lauren.
Oh.
Right.
That's so smart.
Isn't it so smart? I know. I thought it was one person for the longest time, and then I realized they're two different people.
God, Christina, we should write a book.
It'd be like
I'm not a good.
Ours would be the sunshine grumpy trope.
I haven't been the super grumpy on here though. We'll get to it.
We'll get there. What did they write? Oh, the Unhoneymooners. I read that one. That one was really good. But see, this is You Dreamed of Empires. That's the one I was talking about that takes place in the Inca civilization.
Aztec.
But Aztec. Yeah, because Inca's Peru.
Yeah.
I'm getting all my civilizations mixed up here. And I should know better. But, so that's this one. I think I have to take at least those two and my Kindle.
Holy cannoli.
I know.
That's so much to carry. How long are you going to be gone even?
Not that Friday to Tuesday, but I mean 5 hours of flight time. There's
That's
that.
true. You could knock out like half a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to tell you something.
Tell me.
I did not tell you that at the end of the book, of the freaking 4th book, we finally know why there's so much talk about painting.
What is it?
She gets that. Okay, that bothers.
That's right.
Okay.
He knew about her.
What you talking about, Willis?
Wait, what are you talking about? Okay, you go first.
Wait, now I'm confused.
No, okay,
are you spoiling something? Because I love a spoiler.
Well, I'm not going to say anything, so you go first.
Okay, so basically she gets a gallery for free because the family just gifts it to her and it's like, oh, just donate to your charity, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine, whatever. I feel like just pay for... Look, there was no reason for her to get it for free. She's have paid for it. And whatever, she's going to give it to a charity that helps artists.
Yeah.
Which, okay, fine.
Wah, wah.
I know. Anyway, look, art is important, and I totally understand that.
We support it.
I love it. I love a painting. Want to see more of them. However, it's too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. We get to the reason why it's been so, just pounded into our brains. She gets this gallery, and she's doing something good for her community.
Yes.
Which is she's helping the children and the families that have been traumatized by what happened during the war.
Yeah.
And I like that.
That's
so
nice.
Good for her.
Yeah.
But also shut up about it.
Yeah.
Please stop it.
Yeah.
But also good for you.
So I'm going to try to not spoil this, but see if it's something that you've already read.
It.
Did you already read about the inspiration for her paintings on the dresser?
So Nesta, Elaine was flowers.
Yes.
She was stars because she saw stars. I don't remember, but I feel like I have read about that.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just leave it there.
Because because Reese is like all starry-eyed.
Yes.
Right? Somehow he has stars in his eyes. He just seems... I like these people, but also,
I hate them.
I feel like I would be like, I would stay away from them because they would annoy the crap out of me with their sappiness. They're so sappy. I need edge. I need a little bit of edge.
I feel like Jeff and I are a little bit like that.
Sappy?
We're super sappy.
You guys don't bother me though.
I know, but I feel like people look at us and go like, ugh. They're so in love with each other after like...
That's great. No, that's not the part that bothers me.
Yeah.
The part that bothers me about them is that they feel like Splenda instead of sugar.
Like fake?
It feels...
Contrived?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I just feel... And I told you in the email that I feel like they're so saccharine. They're so... And I love Diet Coke, but they feel like Diet Coke, man.
It's just a little taste.
There's something that's not... It doesn't sit well with me. It's like... I need a little bit of... I need a shitty personality.
Well, I think you're going to love book 5.
Frig. Please give me something to like. In terms of, like, I obviously care about the characters. Like, I'm invested in them being happy.
Yes.
I really like that they're happy. And I really enjoy the fact that they support each other and they seem like they build each other up. Mm-hmm. Both of them, obviously.
Couple goals.
Yeah. They have a lot of trauma, both of them.
Yeah.
And they both listen to each other, respect each other's need for, like, not speaking about some things when they don't want to speak.
Such an age difference, and they're really making that work.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They don't have any of the same references. But I really like certain aspects of the relationship where it seems like when they're actually working on their relationship and being a relationship. But then, like, we hear about all of the shit that they do and they're just so, they gross me out. I don't like them.
Yeah. Well, I don't think book 5 will help that because they're not around very much in book 5.
That's weird.
Yeah. Which is maybe why you'll love it.
Maybe, because I hope that they're happy. I don't want them to get divorced and have to talk about the disillusion of this house that they're going to build. But I really just don't like them I don't like being privy to their going-ons. And I don't like their flirtation. I am disgusted by their flirtation.
I'm having sex in the sky.
Yeah, I'm really upset with them about that.
Yeah.
About what they're doing to their communities. Like, maybe the children are going to be drawing that shit and working through that in her dang gallery.
Mommy died when a giant building fell on her because...
Yeah. So there's that. Oh, you know what else? Just, oh my God, it's so much. When she goes and she's like buying gifts for winter solstice with Elaine.
Yes.
And they go into this shop where a weaver is weaving fabric. And oh my God.
The colors.
Black, just jet black. Void, she calls it. Because blah, blah, blah. And just shut up. Everybody's like, just like, oh my God, I feel like it's a circle jerk in this book.
Maybe it is.
Fine. Again, circle jerks are fine. But I feel like I'm being forced to listen to artistic circle jerkling.
Yeah. I think you just came up with your own word.
Because I'm just so upset by it. Look, the lady obviously was working through her own trauma, which is great. I really, appreciate that, but I feel like we're just getting bonked over the head with it. Like,
the artistic creativity.
Bonk.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
A random point, I would love to hang out in the condo it gives me like warm and fuzzy feelings.
The condo, the townhouse, the one that's too small now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I cuddle up with the book, and like the fire's going.
Yeah.
Have really good food.
And they decorate.
Yeah. It just
Cassie
gives me cozy
and Bear
vibes.
are besties. I love that.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out there.
Yeah.
The big house, the House of Wind. Is that it?
I don't know what it's called.
That one I give like cold vibes from. I was just saying that the townhouse makes me feel warm and cozy.
Yeah. I like the townhouse.
And the House of Wind does not.
And the cabin makes me ragey because...
I mean, if she hadn't painted it...
It would have been a nice cabin.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just not having a theme to any of your walls? It's just like, here's some, I don't know, whatever she felt like drawing over here, and then here's some eyeballs over here, and just no theme. Weird. Yeah, no theme.
Well, I'm excited for you to read book 5 and then decide if you're done. But I think you'll like most of it. Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see.
If they stop being weirdos, maybe. I like them.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
I do, and I don't.
Yeah. I like them, but, whatever.
Well.
I interrupted you. Were you...
No, I think I was good.
Okay.
Talked about my books, and, my big dilemma on how many books to take on my vacation, which I think you've allowed me to at least drop 1. I think I will still take the 2 and my Kindle, but I will leave the Ministry of Time, which I have been meaning to read, but I will save it for next time.
I have something else.
What?
More. She has an estate, and she has horses.
I like more.
I like her too. What's her deal with the truth?
I think there's a lot to more that we don't know.
Yeah.
And, God, you'd have to stick around to find out.
If she's book 6, fine. Ooh. But if Elaine is book 6, no.
Yeah.
Unless Elaine is interesting somehow, which I doubt.
I'll let you know. All right. Well, if you're still around, let us know what you've been reading.
Yeah.
So on Instagram or Gmail, what have you been reading at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to hear what you're reading and maybe share it on the next episode.
And, follow us on Spotify, follow us on the Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Leave, reviews and stuff. Only if you like us. I don't want negative reviews.
Yeah, if you don't like us, then keep that to yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to keep listening if you don't want to.
Go away. But tell your friends who might like us. If you don't like us, but you're like, yeah,
so-and-so might
these girls have the voices that such and such would like, then tell your friends.
Angels.
Oh my God, we are so angelic. Tell your friends about us and then leave us be if you don't like us.
But hopefully you'll stick around if you like us.
We might grow on you.
I think the mimosas are making us ramble.
Maybe. I haven't had whatever.
Happy reading.
Bye.